Hi, I'm Natalie Benson, and this is my grading philosophy. For this class, my grading will be broken into two categories, formative and summative. Summative work, or the final checkpoints of content understanding, will make up for 85% of your grade, while formative work, or work that checks in to see how you're doing, will make up 15% of your grade. Students will have the opportunity to retake summative tests to make edits to summative projects. However, these retakes will not replace the original grade but serve as a new summative grade, weighted less than the original. Summative assignments include but are not limited to papers, unit tests, final projects, and presentations. Formative assignments include but are not limited to quizzes, exit tickets, homework, and in-class discussions. In my interview with former middle school teacher Stacy Hostetter, it became abundantly clear that grading policies are forever in a state of change and adaptation. With more and more experience in the classroom and with students, ideas that you thought would play out sometimes don't work. What didn't end up working for Stacy was focusing too heavily on participation and completion. After about 3 years of teaching, she found that while it took the pressure off students, it allowed many of them to coast along through her class without truly learning or engaging with any of the content. These students would move on and be completely lost in their next grade level. This is why, in my grading policy, I wanted to move away from weighting participatory assignments and low-stake and low-level assessments too highly. By breaking assignments into formative and summative, and by taking much of the power away from formative assignments, such as homework, check-in quizzes, and discussions, I can challenge students to strive for mastery of content rather than mastery of classroom participation. I received this idea while reading an article on a new grading policy implemented in Barrington, Illinois. This policy has greatly reduced grade inflation in the school system and has allowed for a greater understanding of content. While this is not quite the standard-based grading found in Spencer's article, I think it does address the main problem. Spencer writes, while traditional end-of-course grades are the final products of many factors, including quizzes, homework, behavior, and attendance, with standard-based grading, nothing but mastery matters. I think my system will encourage students to strive for mastery rather than limiting their growth to how well they listen in class or how often they complete their homework. However, there are some negatives to this type of grading. I'm concerned that my students will struggle to adjust to a system that no longer rewards good classroom etiquette. Grades often are used as a motivator for students to do their work and behave in class. Without this, I do run the risk of losing students' attention and engagement. This method doesn't provide a clear breakdown of what students are and aren't understanding. Students will have to conference or email me to see what they are really missing or keep track of all rubrics, tests, and assignments. Thirdly, by grading the end product rather than the process, I end up structuring my class around proficiency rather than growth. This could eventually corrupt my aims and ultimately hurt student learning. The final issue is that this method may read as unfair to students who have worked hard and behaved in class, but lack total understanding of the content. Having a lower grade compared to an advanced student who doesn't put in the work or listen in class could dishearten them and cause them to lose motivation. So that is my grading philosophy and its subsequent arguments and counterarguments. Thank you.